Hello from Otet Markets. This is Ahura with BOE meeting update and market reaction. After Federal Reserve, it was the central bank turn in United Kingdom to hold this last meeting of 2024. Let's first check what happened as a decisions, and then we can see the market reaction as well. So, as it was expected, widely, the central bank in United Kingdom, BOE, the Bank of England, held the interest rate at 4.75%, as mentioned. It was expected by in the market. However, policymakers voted 6-3 to keep the current rate, 6 votes to hold the rate, comparing with the 7 expected, and 3 votes to cut the rates compared with 2 expected votes. So, which means somehow the market could be somehow the committee, MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, could be, we can say it was a little bit more dovish than expected, but still these at the first reaction can put a little bit pressure on the GBP as well. But however, the decision generally was in line with expectation. The main reason because that we now, with the autumn budget that the new government gave, the central bank right now, they believe that this new budget can increase the inflation by 0.5% in next year. That's why the central bank also cut its GDP expectations for the next year, which means that the higher inflation, lower GDP expectations. So these numbers putting together brings the idea that central bank should be more hawkish and should be more cautious to keep the controlling the market, to keep controlling the condition and situation in the market. That's why central bank signal that they will probably cut the rates only by 50 basis points. Right now, the market expecting only 50 basis point rate cut for 2025, as to meeting each one 25 basis point. That's what market expecting from Federal Reserve as well. So for now, after instead of 3 rate cut expectation, now we can see 2 rate cut expectation in the market from the BOE for 2025. At the press conference right after the meeting, also Mr. Bailey mentioned that the market condition is uncertain, and we cannot say that, okay, this is what our decision, and this is what we are going to do. We have to wait more and see the data to be able to make better decisions. So generally, what we can see here, let's go. It's better if we go. Let me open the chart for you, and we can keep our conversation on the chart. So this decision, as mentioned, it was more hawkish than expected, which means that it should support the GBP. But however, as I told, the number of the votes, which was more the number of the holding their rates, we were expecting 7 votes to hold the current rate, but we had 6 votes. So that's a little bit changing in the number of the voting could put that a little bit pressure on the GBP. But however, the bank, they didn't cut the rates at the result, so they didn't cut the rates. And for 2025 also, they gave us such a signal that most probably we're going to have only 2 rates cut. That's why we are expecting to see GBP to gain a little bit more strength against its crosses. It doesn't matter against US dollar or other crosses. Generally, we are positive about the pound in the next weeks. Especially in 2025, probably we can see the pound a little bit higher, especially with the rates cut in Europe that we had, or the condition that right now we have in the United Kingdom, that with the higher expected inflation, we should expect a little bit more hawkish central bank in Britain. So that's why we're generally putting this data together. We can expect the GBP a little bit more stronger compared to its rivals. On the other hand, as for the stock markets, these numbers and these data and these expectation and outlook, they are not something positive for the stock market. That's why we're expecting to see a little bit more pressure on the stock markets, and that's why we can say that the slowed down trend of UK 100 can continue further. It doesn't matter if it's the Central Royal, so probably cannot support this cannot support the reverse. So that's why we're expecting to see slight downtrend to continue in next weeks, as well as for GBP USD, slightly recovery from the current level. This is what's happened in the UK central bank meeting and what was the market reaction. If you had any other question, don't hesitate to write in the comment section. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good time. Bye bye.